Hello, hello, everyone. It's good to see you again, guys. Sorry for the delay. I was in the nurse. Ah, feel a little bit hurt. My back hurts, but now I'm feeling okay. Today we're going to continue solving the bimestral exam. At least the exam. Ouch! The exam number 2, the letter B. And if God wills, if we're finished this exam, tomorrow we're going to discuss the accumulates, okay? And remember, guys, if you have doubts or questions, don't hesitate to let me know. Ouch, let me erase the, oh, yeah, died. Oh, no, sorry. Let me erase the whiteboard and let's going to solve the bimestral exam, okay? Hey, please, guys, give me your hand. At the moment, I'm going to write the problems. If you can see so well the problems in the whiteboard because I'm using the Mr. Bolampi classroom and had to set up the optimal configurations. So let me know if you can see or not the problems they're going to write in the whiteboard. Okay. So, ouch. Let's see. Well, this is going to be the geometry bimestral exam. Geometry bimestral exam B. All right. I'm going to move the camera a little bit to the right, I think, to the left, sorry. All right, that's okay. All right, and the first problem I've mentioned, use the right figure. The problem number 1, use the right figure. The right figure to find the following requirements. Okay, the following requirements. What will be those requirements? What are to be those requirements? All right, the letter A, the problem says, okay, we have the measure of the angle, W, X, Y, that will be equal twice 2B, 12B, sorry, plus 7, comma, the measure of the angle CYU that will be given by 9B minus 1. And the problem says, okay, we have to find the measure of the angle Y, U, and W. As soon as you can see in the bimestral exam, dear students, we have some kind of picture located in the right side. To have a general interception of the lines and points. And in using that situation, we can try to find out the requirements of the problem established. A strong recommendation every time that we're trying to solve this kind of problems, see the picture and create a picture according for the lines useful in this situation. What lines were we talking about? We're talking about the points X, Y, W, X, Y, Z, and U. So for that reason, the most important thing or the first thing that we have to do is create or draw the lines according to the position of the pictures. I sincerely apologize because I'm not using the ruler because the ruler is located in my classroom and I can go upstairs at least for this moment. For that reason, I cannot do that. But I'll try to draw my best with these several lines. Okay. And this is the picture of the problem. we have the points. According to the situation, that's supposed to be the point Z, the point Y, and the point X. The point X. And these two lines, we have the line U and the line W. It's so useful because at the moment we're going to draw the lines that we require the problem, that will be easier for us at the moment to identify what the problem wants to do it. For example, we were talking about, we have to find out what will be the measure of the angle WXY. Well, the angle WXY, according to this situation, that will be the position of this angle WXY. Well, I would actually, the problem, the master say WYX, because that position of the angle that will be located in this side. All right. And according for this situation, the measure of this angle will be twice the product between 12B plus 7. And after that, we have the measure of the angle CYU. The measure of the angle CYU located over here has a value of 9B minus 1 degree. But there's a curiosity. This is the measure of this angle. As soon as you can see, obviously, we are not appreciated just like that one because I am not using the ruler. But the line UY or YU segments or bisect the line CYW into similar parts. For that reason, the interior measure this interior angle located over here, bisect means separate into similar parts. The interior angle located over here has a given value, also like a 9B minus 1 degrees, because it beats, ouch, it bisect the angle into similar parts. All right, what we have to do to solve this problem? As soon as you can see, we have a semicircle. Semicircle means we have the half value of the circumference. We're talking about the supplementary angles. And remember the positive for the supplementary angles. The addition of the angles, that will be equal 180 degrees. And we have three angles. I mean, the measure the angle 1 plus the measure the angle 2 plus the measure of the angle 3, that will be equal 180 degrees. What will be 1, 2, and 3? It doesn't matter. Remember the community property of the addition. The order of the factors doesn't affect the final result. All right. So what we have to do, for example, we can say, measure angle 1 will be twice the product between 12B plus 7 plus n. We can write twice 9B minus 1 plus 9B minus 1. Or if you want to save a little bit process, instead to adding or writing twice this number, we can, how to say that, simplify the process like a product. I mean, this quantity 9B minus 1 is repeat twice. So we can multiply twice the value 9B minus 1, and the rest of the angle, that will be 180 degrees. Or if you rather, you can use 9B minus 1 plus 9B minus 1. At the end, the result will be the same. Another process, if you want to save or skip a few steps, we can obtain the common factor. Instead of applying distributive property, you can obtain the common factor. That will be the number 2. We can open brackets and copy the values inside the parentheses. I mean, 12B plus 7 plus 9B minus 1. And this result that will be equal to 180 degrees. If you wish to skip the process to apply distributive property. But if you apply distributive property and solve for B, don't worry about it, the result will be the same. What is the main purpose? The main purpose is because this number is multiplying, process to divide. So if you divide 180 divided by 2, obviously will be 90 degrees. And we can apply lighters over here. 12B plus 9B will be 21B. 7 minus 1 will be positive 6. And that will be equal 90. Why 90? Because this number is multiplying at the moment passes to divide. 180 divided by 2 will be 90. 21b equals 84. Why 84? Because 90 minus 6 will be 84. And b, we have to divide 84 divided by 21. Obviously, the result will be 4. This is going to be the value from b. But remember, the problem says find the measure of the angle UYW, UYW. So the measure of the angle UYW is provided by the equation 9b minus 1. So that reason 9 multiplied by 4, subtracting 1, that will be 36 degrees minus 1 equals 35 degrees. And this is going to be the solution set of the letter A. It's a strongly recommendation. Every time that we have a one general picture, the problem in that general picture, you have to take a certain specific information, take that specific information of the picture and translate to create the new one. That will be easier for us at the moment to identify what kind of lines we're supposed to use in that situation. Okay? So how about with the letter B? In the letter B, we have to find out the measure, the angles, measure the angle CYU. The measure the angle CYU is given by AP minus 10. AP minus 10. And at the same time, the measure the angle, ouch, UYW, UYW, that will be equal to 10p minus 20. 10p minus 20. So the question is, we have to find the angle, find angle CYU. This is the requirement. So what will be the strong recommendation? Once again, draw the lines that were supposed to be in bold. For example, we have the line here, we have another line over here, and we have a third line located over here. According for this situation, what will be the points? The given points in this coordinate will be CYW. And this is going to be U. And we have a bisection. As soon as you can see, this is a bisection because the line UY or YU bisects into similar angles. This property, we cannot say it's complementary angles because the problem never says these are right angles. For that reason, we cannot do that. We can have, talking about the bisection. This measure the angle has a value of AP minus 10 degrees. And another angle has a value of 10p minus 20 degrees. Because we're talking about the bisection, that means the value for those angles that will be equal, that will be similar. What we have to do, simple, then measure the angle 1. That's supposed to be the measure the angle 2 because we're talking about bisections. I mean, who's going to be 1 and 2? It doesn't matter. We have 10p minus 20 degrees equals AP minus 10 degrees. So like terms, 10p minus AP equals negative 10 plus 20. 10 minus 8 will be 2p equals 10. And p obviously will be 5. However, the problem mentioned what will be the value from the angle CYU. Angle CYU, that will be YU, that will be given by AP minus 10. So 8 times 5 minus 10, we can conclude the angle CYU equals 30 degrees. All right? Because 8 times 5 is 40, 40 minus 10 will be 30. And this is going to be the solution set of the part number 1. Remember, every time that you're supposed to have or you have a general picture in one singular problem, you have to obtain some information in that picture, the strongly recommendation is take the line, the involvement lines according from the instructions, and you won't have any problems. Okay, that was the solution set of the problem number 1. We have 4 minutes left, so I think we can manage with the second part of the problem. And remember, if you have questions, don't hesitate to let me know. And by the way, can you see and read perfectly clear the whiteboard, the content of the whiteboard, guys? Jorge, Flores, Oscar, Sofia,
Yes, sir.
can you write can you see perfectly well the whiteboard? Okay then.
Yes.
So thank you so much. All right. In the second part of the problem, not big deal, not big complicated. In the second part of the problem mentioned, determine the equation of the line. What are really determine the equation of line or of the line that passes uh, with given conditions. With the given conditions, okay? What conditions might be? Okay, the first one, we have the point in the letter A. According to the problem says, it passes through the point 4,7. And this less symbol represents perpendicular. And that's supposed to be perpendicular to the line negative 12x plus 3y plus 3y minus 24 equals 0. I think we're going to have time only on this solving for this letter A, and tomorrow I'm going to continue with the letter B. Okay, what we have to do. Remember, what is the definition of perpendicular lines? The lines will be perpendicular if and only if the product of their slope that will give us -1. So this represents the, we have to find out the equation of the line 1, and we have the equation of the line number 2 written in the general form equation. To determine what will be the value from the slope number 2, we have to make sure to write this equation in the slope intercept form. In simple metary words, for understandable words, we have to solve for y. I mean, we have 3y equals 12x plus 24. And because the number 3 is multiplying, passes to divide. Divide what? Both numbers. 12 divided by 3 will be 4x. And 24 divided by 3, that will be 8. Why is so important to write this equation, the slope intercept form? Because the number who is multiplying the letter x always will going to represent the value from the slope. I mean, the value, the slope number 2 will given by 4 units. That's why it's so important to determine what will be the slope of the line. Now, definition, the product of their slopes, I mean, M1 times M2 equals -1. And you know, M1 divided by -1 over M2, and M2 that will be 4. So we have the slope of the line 1, right? And because we have the slope of the line 1 and we have the given point, now we can perfectly to write equation on the line. I mean, y minus y1 equals m parentheses x minus x1. And we can replace those values. I mean, y minus 7 equals negative 1 4 parentheses x minus 4. Okay. In this equation, just to explain you already, we can solve for y. All right. We can apply the distributive property. We got y equals negative 1 4 x, negative x, negative positive 1, positive 7. All right. And the answer will be negative 1 4 x plus 8. And this is going to be the solution set from the letter A in the bimestral exam. All right. Tomorrow, guys, because we are out of time, we're going to continue solving the letter B and the rest of the exam. And after that, we're going to discuss the final accumulate. If we have some time in math, we'll do it in math. But if we are out of time to do it in math, we can do it in the physics class. But don't worry about it. We're going to discuss the fulfill accumulate. All right. Thank you so much for your attendance. Have a great and wonderful day, guys. Take care of yourself and see you in physics
Bye.
class. Bye bye. So long. Take care of yourself.